pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We need a roll call, please.
Vaughn.
Here.
Kurtz.
Here.
Hayward.
Yes.
Hill.
Here.
Sharp.
Here.
McLaughlin.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Sharp, second by
I'm
McLaughlin.
sorry, I need to interject. We have under other business D, the Malone Creek Bridge change order. It needs to be removed because they have not submitted the appropriate
Still haven't
documentation.
got that? Okay.
So I need that to come off tonight.
No change order.
That's
Not
correct.
tonight. They don't have the information.
Buy cheap tonight, didn't we?
Is it okay, Carl, to approve
Yes.
it with that elimination?
Correct.
And Mike? Okay.
No, he wants a change order. Neighbors change orders.
I'm sure he's shedding a tear for have to take that off. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Leanne, you're the only one under public comment, and you are on the agenda under other business. Do you want to wait till then, or do you want to talk now? Wait till then? Okay. That's what I was trying to mouth to you earlier. Okay. Next, I have a proclamation to read for National Rail Safety Week. Whereas 2,214 rail grade crossing collisions resulted in 819 personal injuries and were responsible for 270 fatalities in the United States during 2018. And whereas 1,050 trespassing incidents have occurred in the United States, resulting in 571 pedestrians being killed and another 479 injured while trespassing on railroad property right-of-ways during 2018. And whereas educating and informing the public about rail safety, reminding the public that rail right-of-ways are private property, enhancing public awareness of the dangers associated with highway rail grade crossings, ensuring pedestrians and motorists are looking and listening while near railways and obeying established traffic laws will reduce the number of fatalities and injuries. And whereas the International Association of Chiefs of Police, National Operation Lifesavers, United States Department of Transportation, and all local, state, county, and railroad law enforcement officers, first responders, and railroad corporations commit to partnering together in an effort to educate at a national level all aspects of railroad safety to enforce applicable laws in support of National Rail Safety Week. Therefore, I, Bonita Davis, Mayor of Independence, do hereby attest my full support proclaiming September 22nd through the 28th, 2019 National Rail Safety Week, and I encourage all citizens to recognize the importance of rail safety education. That was a mouthful. Okay. Next, I get to come down there. Uh-oh. You want to make an introduction first?
Sure, why not?
Do I have to sit back down? Can I say?
No, you can come on.
Can I work my way down?
As you know, Sergeant Johnson retired, so we went through the hiring process, and pretty long process that we usually go through every time to try to get the best candidate for the position. We went through that whole testing phase, and as it came out, our reserve officer, Jason Ort, actually was the best fit for our department. So we have offered the position to Jason, so he's here tonight to be sworn in as our new full-time officer. Come on up.
You're going to have to sign all three of these when we're done. I'll give you one so you can kind of follow a line, but just repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Jason Ort,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all duties of the position of patrol officer
discharge all duties and positions of patrol officer
in the city of Independence,
in the city of Independence,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Brought a blue pen for you to sign all three of these. You get to keep one. Okay,
Very good.
thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, you want him to hold this up, turned around, show how tall I am? You can make him scrunch down. Scrunch down, let me look tall.
There you go, big smile.
I think you guys actually are standing taller. Everybody got it? Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you much.
So do I need to let you know when I'm saying?
Oh, you're still standing?
Okay, moving on. Now I need a motion to accept and approve the consent agenda that approves the following: the minutes of the August 12th, 2019 regular meeting, Heartland Acres Agribition Center Class C liquor license, September 1st, 2019 through August 31st, 2020, Marie's Class B native wine permit and Sunday sales liquor license, September 30th, 2019 through October 1st, 2020.
So moved.
Motion by Scharf,
Second.
second by Kurtz. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to approve the claims for payment.
So moved.
Motion by O'Loughlin, second by Hill. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Next, I will invite Mr. Kuzi to come up to discuss what he's doing, and do we need the motion first before he explains, or does it matter? Okay, I'll let you share your information, what you're
Sure.
doing.
Todd Kuzi, 405 Second Avenue Northeast. What we're doing is my grandson Brayton Kuzi is, we're having a benefit for him out there at the Checkered Flag on September 14th. Try to help the family come up with some extra money for all of the running they're gonna have to do and what they've already been going through. And what we're asking for is because we have a poker run with cars and motorcycles, so we're asking the support of the city to close off 9th Avenue southwest from First Street to the intersection of Second Street, and then from the intersection of Second Street up to the apartments or RJS. We don't want to interfere with the apartments because that way they can come through the schoolway. And we don't want to interfere with the intersection so that the people can come around Second Avenue on the south end, or on the east end, and head south if they want. We're asking to have it closed from 8 a.m. so that we can get cars lined up in there and motorcycles, and then when they return about 5:30, they'll be there for the rest of the event, so we want to put it there till 10 o'clock. If people leave earlier, then we'll shuffle them over. We got permission to park them over in Spon and Roses as well to take the overfill if we have any. And then if we can get the roads opened up sooner, we'll definitely remove the barricades. But just for to be sure, because the event goes from 10 a.m., check-ins at 10, and it goes until 11 o'clock that night. So we're asking for at least that much room to have that. The parking lot will be pretty well fenced off. We're having a DJ outside during the afternoon. We're not doing it at night just because of noise reasons, so the second band is going to be inside. But we do have a beer garden outside, and the bar does have the permits to do that. So we're going to fence that off, and that will not be on the streets. It'll be in the parking lot, but that's the reason why we got to have the streets for the cars is because of the parking lot. And then we got a beanbag tournament going on through the day, and that'll be inside that fenced area as well. So we ask for your permission to close them streets through that day.
I make the motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay, you do know it's September 14th. I was going to read what it says, but, okay, you approved, Deb approved it. John, did you second?
Did.
Okay. Any other discussion? Thank you, Todd, for coming. I need a roll
Best
call,
wishes.
please.
Yes.
I
Hope it's a
think
good
it'll be a
turnout.
big event, man. There's a lot of sweet people from all over Guttenberg. We're getting donations, Waterloo. I mean, it's unreal.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
Good
Todd, for
people.
going and talking to the neighbors. That's very, very appreciated.
Oh, I talked to only a few. Stacy took care of a lot of them. I mean, she's really been helping out, doing a lot of this, and I'm just kind of helping do the sidebar stuff, so.
Okay. Roll call.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Shar,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Thank you very much.
Do I just talk to Tim about getting some barricades out there, and then we can set them up? He can drop them off like Friday or something.
Yeah, we can coordinate that with him, yes.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, next I need a motion to approve a resolution setting date of public hearing for September 9th, 2019 at 6:30 in council chambers for proposal to enter into a general obligation corporate purpose loan agreement and to borrow money thereunder in a principal amount not to exceed $250,000. I think you had notes that this is added to one we approved.
We had approved a $1.4 million general obligation bond. This would add it to it before we issue it, so we can do it all at one time, save some money on that. The $250,000 is specific to the anticipated engineering costs associated with Highway 150 reconstruction. A portion of that we have to pay for because it has to do with water, sewer, and then we do also the engineering on the surface transportation piece. The water and sewer planning and design, we'll have a public hearing later to do an SRF loan for that. This is in round numbers, our expected amount not covered by the SRF planning and design loan. So if we can put it into this, we get it all covered up front before we start doing a lot of planning and design work.
I'd make a motion to approve it.
Motion by Kurtz,
I'll second.
second by Hill. Roll call?
Hayward,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Shar,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried. Next, I have a motion to approve the mill application for commercial rehabilitation restoration grant and to waive the start date requirement. Leanne is here. If anybody has any questions, she could come up and speak, or do you have something you wanted to say anyhow?
Leanne Harrison, 514 Fifth Avenue Southwest. I just wanted to thank the city council for making the resolution at the last city council meeting to up the amounts from $2,500 to $5,000 per side. And I don't think that probably a lot of the businesses with storefronts are aware of what is available to them, so I hope that they all get more active in restoration.
I do want to point out to the council, we have a decision to make, and it's not that it's a huge decision, but we said a third, well, the number changes by about $158 if you do 33.33%, or if you do 33% of the total. And so, just for clarification, I left it a little bit vague in my notes there, but the difference in what it would generate for this request, the total quote is $52,400. 33.3% is $17,450 maximum benefit. If you do a 33%, it's $17,292. So I know we're splitting hairs, but I thought with the first one under the new program, it'd be a good time to clarify that.
So we
I
can
thought
do
our-
20 or we can't?
We can do the lesser of $5,000 aside, $20,000 max, or 33%.
Okay.
So whoever makes the motion needs to decide whether it's 33 and a
Well, I
third
thought
or
our
43.
intention when we talked about it was 33 1/3.
That was my,
Yeah, I think
And
that's a
so I
big,
would make a motion that we approve it as 33 1/3%.
I would second that.
yep.
Okay. Motion by Kurt, second by O'Loughlin. Any other discussion or
Does
questions?
that cause you any grief, Gina? With it being a odd number like that?
No, we'll just do the math and submit it on our obligation report to the county, so it doesn't matter to us what the amount is.
So it's gonna pay 33% of
33
the
1/3.
project?
33 1/3.
Yeah, you got the gist of it.
And with that motion and the second that's out there, I don't know if the timeline still has to be addressed.
We have hired Trillium. They have been very good to us the past. They have done work at the mill before, and they had a major job that fell through in Chicago, so they are anxious to get started. So we'd like to have this waived so they can get started.
So they can get started like tomorrow?
Right.
But they haven't started
We
yet.
work with their timetable.
They haven't started yet?
No.
Okay, then we're okay. The question was, there was some talk about them starting last Monday, and that was the concern, and that's why the start time waiver was addressed, so.
Right. They did put scaffolding up because they had to go up and measure. It will be steel, and they will have it cut by the manufacturing company. So they wanted to make sure that the measurements were correct before they got started.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt, thank you.
Okay. Roll call.
Hill,
Yes.
Question,
Sorry.
are we adding the waiving the start time?
We actually don't have to since they haven't actually started. They won't start till tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Sharf,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried.
Thank you very much. Just a note that it does take a whole village to save a piece of history. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne.
Okay, next on the agenda is a motion to approve a preliminary plat for 6 acres of land located on Wapsie Access Boulevard.
This is outside of the city limits. It is inside our 2-mile extraterritorial jurisdiction, so in order to proceed, the county has approved the preliminary plat. They need the blessing of the city for these lots along the Wapsie Access Road.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Hayward, seconded by
I'll second.
Hill. Any other discussion? Then I need a roll call, please.
Sharf,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to approve a public officer certification reimbursement contract for the hiring of the new officer.
I will point out that there was a copy of the Academy Reimbursement Training Agreement that we received from the City Attorney's Office late this afternoon. It does have some changes from the one that we had put in the agenda previously. The biggest question the council will have to address with this change is, should the officer leave within 4 years or less than 4 years of service to the city, do we include reimbursement for wages included in those other expenses as identified?
We didn't, in the past, we never did wages.
We have traditionally done wages. As a matter of fact, all of our agreements to this point for
Are we
the,
talking wages while at the academy?
While at the
Okay,
academy.
not wages for 4 years. I
right,
would say
right.
no.
No, it's during the training
Yeah.
at the
Okay.
academy
Okay,
that's
yeah,
included in the training expense.
Correct, and it's not is total wages, it's only a portion of it.
okay, that'd be pretty tough.
Yeah.
I will also point out that the agreement specifies that it's an estimate of expenses. We won't know the true expenses until we get to the academy. As the employee was just sworn in, we don't know what the health insurance cost will be because they haven't made their election as to a single or family, for example. Also, because the academy is in March, it's next year, there are some changes in our employee benefits that would be captured by this that will change between now and then. So it is understood to be an estimate of those. We don't have to have the exact dollar amount in here. But in short, it is a common practice to require the employee to agree to repay should they leave in less than 4 years.
I'd make motion to including wages, salary while at the academy.
Second?
Motion by Hill, second by Scharf. Any other discussion or questions? Then roll call, please.
O'Loughlin.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Kurt.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Sharp.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is a motion to approve professional service agreement with Crawford Engineering in regards to, is this on 150 or 2020?
This is the
2020
2020.
street project.
Correct.
Okay.
These are, well, go ahead, Brian.
Good evening, Brian Crawford, Crawford Engineering. Excuse me. So as the mayor said, this is the 2020 street rehab project. So this, you guys are familiar with this as the crack and seat program that we did in the 90s, and now we've kind of resurrected it, and we've done, we did 7 or 8 blocks of this in 2018. So this is for 17 blocks. They include Bland Boulevard Southwest from 6th to Liberty Trail, 2nd Street Southwest from 4th to 6th Avenue, 12th Street Northeast from 1st Avenue Northeast to 5th, 4th Avenue Northwest from 1st to 3rd, 3rd Street Northwest from 4th to 6th, and 3rd Street Southeast from 5th to 7th, and finally 8th Avenue Northeast from 11th Street to 12th Street Northeast. So it's 17 blocks, and these blocks are unique because they're on the federal functional classification system. They're listed as collector or above. So we've been awarded $295,000, or just over 50% of the cost of these 17 blocks that are scheduled for rehabilitation. So this would be occurring next fall after July 1 of 2020.
I'd make a motion to approve.
I'd second it.
Motion by Kurt, second by O'Loughlin. Any other questions? And a roll call, please.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Kurt.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Sharp.
Yes.
O'Loughlin.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion
Thank you.
carried. Thanks a lot.
One thing we might want to mention for the public, Brian, you did a good job with getting us the grant money, but that's why we're doing so many at one time, because we were waiting for this grant money. Normally, we do, 5?
Yeah, between 5 and 8, depending on where bids come in.
Yeah, so.
When will this go out for bid lighting?
We'd anticipate a January or February. We'd like to bid it in the spring when the contractors, we seem to get better pricing at that time. So we'll be working on it from now until January, and we'll advertise for bids probably January, February, so we can get those back in. But then we'll write it into the contract that the contractor won't be able to start until after July 1. So that'll get you into your next fiscal year, which is when the local match dollars are programmed.
Okay, very good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next I need a motion to approve, that's not, my thing's not changing here. Motion to approve intended use plan, let's see, what am I doing? Use plan application for drinking water?
This is the SRF intended use plan that we discussed. It does not require council action, but I wanted to bring it before you prior to submitting it, which the due date is September 3rd. I will tell you that as of this afternoon, we completed the self-assessment manual, which is a piece that goes with this, so it's in there. The applications are near completion, but they are not 100% done yet. We have some work to do yet this week. But I want the council to take a look at what it is that we are proposing with the SRF loan and what goes out. Brian was gracious enough to help us with some of the engineering cost breakdown. That's in there. In essence, what we're looking for is, again, the planning and design phase at this point. It is not the formal loan application. It's the intended use plan that we have to submit prior to submitting the loan application.
And this is for work that's going to be done for Highway 150 reconstruction?
This is directly
this is
related
for?
to the Highway 150 project.
Okay.
We will have the exact same discussion for what they call clean water or the sanitary sewer portion of it. We have to do it in two phases. All the way through this, they have to be kept separate.
One for water, one for sewer.
Correct.
Is this just going to be for the 2020?
No, this is
This is
only
for
for the
both?
Highway 150 reconstruction in 21 and 22.
Okay, both, I got the wrong date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it for both parts?
it's for both
That's what I
parts.
was
It's
Yes,
one
that's right.
project being done over 2 different years.
Right,
Yeah,
right. It's
okay.
for the entire,
That's my,
So do we get a motion on that?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by O'Loughlin,
Second.
second by Kurtz. Any other questions? Roll call.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Hill,
yes.
Shar,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried. Now, for the second half of that is the motion to approve intended use plan application for clean water. Roll call, or I need the roll call for it.
this does not have the assessment manual that goes with it. That was only for the drinking water specifically. But that, otherwise, this would be the same application with slightly different numbers.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Motion by Kurtz,
Second.
second by Scharf. I guess I heard him first. Any other questions? Roll call.
Hayward,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Shar,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried. Next, I need a motion to approve wastewater treatment plant change order in the amount of $17,336.60. Any explanation on this or other what you have attached?
Do we have any more digesters?
No.
Finish them.
No additional digesters. This is actually a pleasant surprise because there was a pretty serious question as to whether or not we could save this digester at all. Initially, it appeared to have pretty extensive damage. We emptied it. They were able to get in there, photograph the inside, and it appears that with a liner and some sealant that they can bring it back to life. So the 17,000, while we don't like to see it go up, is a pretty modest cost of what it would be if we had to replace the digester or take it out of commission altogether. And I want to point out that our original estimate for this project was just shy of $1 million. With this change order, we are still at $919,000. So overall, we're still doing pretty good with what our original estimate had been. And I've made them promise that this would be the last one.
Will we kind of be done with the project once we do this?
Well, it's very near complete. The lion's share of this will be done. We have a little bit of work to do with painting. There's some seeding. The sidewalk won't go in until they get done with the work that they're doing on the digester. So some of those types of things that are being cleaned up, but they're making good progress. Other than the three items that are tied into this change order specifically, the rest of it should pretty much be done. Painting can't happen until October when we stop with some of our humidity because the pipes are sweating too much right now to make painting viable. This does add a few days to their substantial completion date, and that's primarily because of them working with us to find the issues with the digester and resolve that. So we're still on track with that.
I'll make the motion to approve the change order.
Motion by Hill, seconded by
Second.
Kurtz. Any other questions? Roll call.
Hill,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yeah, I think Al put mine in bold letters. This should be the last. Thank you, Al. Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Next on the agenda is 2019 Outstanding Debt Obligation Report. This is not anything we have to vote on, this is
No.
just for information only.
Yep.
Anybody had any questions?
This is the report we submit every single year, just showing